21-story building collapse in Lagos, Nigeria, skeptical about the digital currency e-Naira. What exactly is the Metaverse? Hey there, it's the Delphinator here. This is Watchman News Africa, breaking the breaking news. Rescuers in Lagos have dug through rubble searching for survivors a day after a luxurious high-rise building collapsed in Nigeria's commercial capital. The 21-story building was still under construction when it fell abruptly into a pile of concrete slabs. The building, located at 20 Gerrard Road, collapsed at about 3 p.m. on Monday. At least 50 people are reportedly trapped under the rubble, and officials on Wednesday put the death toll to about 22 people, and it is still being reported that people are missing under the rubble.
We are working now. We just say that we should go and just go for a break. Many people are still there. I just plug my phone when I want. I just see that the building come down. At
least 50 people are reportedly trapped under the rubble, and officials on Wednesday put the death toll to about 22 people, and it is still being reported that people are missing under the rubble.
Many people are inside. They are doing screening. Electricians are inside. Plumber are inside. And then, let me just say, the owner of the company also joined.
Emergency services used earth-moving equipment to lift chunks of masonry at the site in the affluent neighborhood of Ikoyi after torrential rains pounded Lagos overnight and briefly stopped the search. Ibrahim Farinloye of the National Emergency Management Agency told AFP News Agency earlier that rescue workers have been communicating with other survivors still trapped under the rubble. Officials said the property's developers had added 6 more floors than what was originally approved under the building's permit, fueling speculation that the additional weight could have contributed to the collapse. "I am on the ground here, and the materials he used are so inferior and terrible," Gbolahan Oki, general manager of the Lagos State Building Control Agency, told the News Agency of Nigeria. He got approval for 15 floors but built 21. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said he had suspended the head of the State Building Regulatory Agency and ordered an independent panel to launch an investigation. "We wish to state that there will be no more cover-up in the search for the truth in this incident," he said in a statement. "It really breaks my heart that quality control was not carried out diligently. The collapse of the building and the ensuing deaths and injuries could very easily have been avoided. Emergency response was also slow, and some regular Nigerians who came to help were driven away by army officials. This is what happens when people turn a blind eye to evil. Innocent people pay with their lives. My charge to everyone watching this is to speak up and stand up when evil is being perpetrated in your presence. Refuse to let it slide." It is reported that the surveying company initially working on the construction of this building pulled out and put out a public statement when they noticed those in charge of construction were cutting corners. I guess they did their part, but could they have been the only ones to notice this? I suppose not. In other news, thousands of Nigerians are expressing concern about the country's new digital currency after its user app was temporarily removed from the Google Play Store this week. The app has recorded tens of thousands of downloads since its launch on Monday. Central bank authorities said a system glitch unable to handle the huge amount of traffic on the download site led to the temporary removal of the e-Naira speed wallet. They say the problem has been resolved. The e-Naira app has recorded over 100,000 downloads on the Google Play Store alone since launching on Monday. But thousands of early users say they encountered many difficulties. Among them was Ogunbi Olubi, who runs a Lagos-based digital company. Quote, "It's a great initiative by the central bank. They are positioning for the future, which means they are heading somewhere with this. but the execution could have been better, close quote, Olubi said. Nigerian authorities restricted cryptocurrency transactions in the country earlier this year and promised to create a safer option for citizens, the e-Naira. The government expects to leverage the blockchain technology to improve financial inclusion, ease cross-border trades, increase remittances, and boost the economy. But users worry about hacking. Wanko says the central bank's terms offer no insurance in the event of losses of revenues or profits.
The risks are basically that one, mention the most critical risk that Nigerians have to understand. If you lose your wallet, which means if you lose the code, the access code to your wallet, you're going to find it difficult to retrieve your money.
Central banks around the world are adopting digital versions of their legal tenders. The Nigerian government hopes the e-Naira will boost Nigeria's gross domestic product by $29 billion in the next 10 years. But experts say that goal can only be achieved if end users have confidence in authorities and the currency itself.
$30 billion in 10 years. In an economy that is about $500 billion. That's less than, or roughly about 0.6% of the total GDP size. So it's not that significant or something that would make us bring the drums out and start celebrating.
Speaking of the digital world, what exactly is the Metaverse? The Metaverse is a digital reality that combines aspects of social media, online gaming, augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, and cryptocurrencies to allow users to interact virtually. Augmented reality overlays visual elements, sounds, and other sensory inputs into real-world settings to enhance the user experience. The contrast, virtual reality is entirely virtual and enhances fictional reality. As the Metaverse grows, it will create online spaces where user interactions are more multidimensional than current technology supports. Instead of just viewing digital content, users in the Metaverse will be able to immerse themselves in a space where the digital and physical worlds converge. The words started appearing in the news when rumors began swirling in mid-October 2021 about a Facebook rebrand, complete with a new name, to embrace the company's commitment to the Metaverse.
It is time for us to adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do. To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced the new Meta name at Facebook's Connect 2021 conference on October 28th, with its new website branding it as a social technology company. In the Metaverse, you'll be able to do almost anything you can imagine. Get together with friends and family, work, learn, play, shop, create, as well as completely new experiences that don't really fit how we think about computers or phones today. In this future, you'll be able to teleport instantly as a hologram to be at the office without a commute, at a concert with friends, or in your parents' living room to catch up. Zuckerberg wrote in a Founder's Letter 2021, released on October 28th. I saw a thread by Twitter user at ShanVP who says that the Metaverse is not just a virtual space, but a moment in time where artificial intelligence is smarter than humans. The moment when artificial intelligence is greater than human intelligence. The moment in time where our digital life becomes worth more to us than our physical life. It's not something that will change overnight, but a gradual change that's been happening for the past 20 years. Every important part of life has gone digital. Work went from factories to laptops, boardrooms to Zoom rooms, friends went from neighbors to followers, and kids' games went from basketball and football to Fortnite and the likes. And when it comes to identity, filters are the new makeup. And Instagram stories are people's personal billboards to broadcast themselves. People have lost all sense of reality and live primarily in this virtual world that they have created and curated for themselves. Our attention has been sucked from the physical to the virtual. Our phone screens have taken 50% of our attention. What then happens when we evolve to start wearing smart glasses that keep us glued in augmented reality 100% of the time? It's hard enough to not be addicted to our phone screens now. What happens when AR is the order of the day? What does this mean for the human race? Are AR and VR evil? I think not. I think it's a neutral tool that can be used for both good and evil. The question is how it is used. There seems to be a lot of fear surrounding the advent of the metaverse, but I say fear is the wrong response. Even though the metaverse looms as a tool of dominance and mind control, the same way the use of social media, gaming, and other tools of addiction can numb and enslave, I believe the metaverse is a tool that can be wielded right, even though there are corporates who have ulterior motives. When humans are fully integrated in this world, it will all boil down to the issue of knowing what is real and what is not. Making distinctions, distinguishing, judging. For the Christian, discernment will be one of the biggest tools in your toolbox. And how does one get discernment? Through knowing the word and going through tests that the Holy Spirit gives. See Hebrews 5:14. And that's all for Watchman News Africa tonight. Again, it's the Delphinator here. Until the next one, toodles. In Wacko news of the week, Elon Musk pledged to sell his Tesla stocks if the WFP can describe on his Twitter thread how $6 billion will solve world hunger. He went further to say that it must be open source accounting so the public will see precisely how the money is being spent. Catch 22 right there.